The Impact World Championship has been through many changes over the last 10 years. For example, the championship started as the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, then became the GFW Global Championship, and now it's the Impact World Championship. Regardless of all the drama and the company name changes, this title has been carried by some of the greatest wrestlers in the world of professional wrestling. Number 10, ECIII. The first time ECIII left WWE was the best decision ever made for him because it allowed him to go to Impact and become a star. From his arrival in 2013, he made sure his presence was felt in that company. There was no denying that ECIII was a star because of his mic work and inside the ring ability. ECIII won the world title from Kurt Angle, which was the perfect choice because ECIII and Kurt delivered a good match that helped ECIII get to that next level. Number 9, Johnny Impact. The Prince of Parkour, Johnny Impact made major moves in a significantly short span of time. Unsuccessful attempts at capturing the Grand Championship in 2017 did little to halt his momentum. An intense and hostile feud with Austin Aries brought upon his first Impact World title at Bound for Glory 2018. Impact fended off major and minor challengers alike while initiating a feud with Brian Cage. A villainous turn ensued as Taya Valkyrie joined the fray. Cage eventually defeated him at Slammiversary 15, concluding the third longest reign to date. Number 8, Bully Ray. Bully Ray is one of the most dangerous performers in TNA history. His iconic role as a villain commenced after attacking his Team 3D partner, D-Von. Once Immortal's tenure came to a close, he would join forces with Hulk Hogan to battle the Aces and Eights throughout 2012. In a shocking swerve, Ray revealed himself as the president of the Dangerous Stable after his TNA World Heavyweight Championship victory. He faced a major hurdle in the form of the newest main event Mafia for most of his reign. 2013 saw him lose and regain the title until the Aces and Eights were forced to disband. Number 7, Magnus. When AJ Styles left Impact Wrestling in 2013, many fans were wondering who would step up and be that top guy for the company. The person who would answer the call is the former NWA World Champion Nick Aldis, who won by Magnus in Impact Wrestling. When Magnus became World Champ in Impact, it felt like a new era in Impact Wrestling because we were getting someone who worked from the bottom to the top and became a victorious world champ. Even though the reign lasted 128 days, he made sure to carry that belt with honor and made anyone who stepped in the ring with him understand who the best was at that time. Number 6, Jeff Hardy. When it comes to Jeff Hardy's time in Impact Wrestling, he had more good moments than bad moments, even though the bad moments are what is talked about the most. Jeff Hardy had 3 reigns as Impact Champion, with each one showing a different side of Jeff. Whether it was the heel Jeff from the Immortal faction or the babyface crowd-loving Jeff we all grew to love. Even though every match when he was champ didn't live up to the hype, he was still able to draw attention to the company and get people talking. Jeff Hardy's title reigns in Impact Wrestling created some of the biggest moments in the company's history, which is why he is on this list. Number 5, Bobby Roode. It's a real shame that Bobby Roode hasn't held the Universal or WWE World titles yet, because we all know that he would be a great heel world champion in that company. When Bobby Roode finally became Impact World Champion, it was a great moment because Roode had been in Impact Wrestling for so long. He was in Team Canada first and then went on to be in the Tag Team Beer Money, which is considered as one of Impact Wrestling's best tag team champions. Roode's road to the world title was legendary because Impact built him up the right way by having him in the 2011 Bound for Glory series. Roode won the tournament, but his heel turn on his partner James Storm is what made that one of the greatest moments from his Impact career. Roode had a 256-day title reign that is still the longest in Impact Wrestling history. Number 4, Sting. The icon Sting is considered by many as the greatest wrestler ever. When WCW closed, Sting took some years off before coming to TNA. When Sting first signed with TNA Wrestling, he was making limited appearances before signing a full-time deal that leads to some amazing feuds. Sting first won the Impact World title at Bound for Glory 2007 in a classic wrestling match against Kurt Angle. Number 3, Bobby Lashley. The Bobby Lashley we see now on Raw and the Bobby we got in Impact Wrestling are two different monsters. Bobby Lashley won the Impact World title 4 different times and was a destructive force in that ring. The Bobby Lashley reign that stands out the most to me was his 2016 reign when he became the company's most important wrestler. That year alone, he was able to capture all the company's male titles. Number 2, Samoa Joe. I wish Samoa Joe would have been able to hold the world title in Impact more than once, because when he first came to Impact Wrestling, he was the reason many people watched that company. Joe went undefeated for a full year in Impact Wrestling and eventually lost to Kurt Angle in Kurt's debut. Looking back, I'm not sure if that was the right decision, but who am I to judge? Joe only had one reign as Impact World Champion, and the reign lasted 182 days. The match that Joe won, it was a title versus career MMA style steel cage match that is one of the greatest matches in Impact Wrestling history. I believe that even though Joe wasn't booked the best, he still had a good run as world champion in TNA. Number 1, AJ Styles. No matter who is at the top of this company, AJ Styles will always be Mr. TNA. AJ Styles was Impact Wrestling's very first X Division champion, and he was the one that put the company on the map. AJ had won the NWA Heavyweight Championship when TNA and NWA were working together, but he didn't win the Impact Wrestling Championship until 2009 at the No Surrender pay-per-view. It felt like a long overdue moment that should have happened at Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory pay-per-view so that it could have been a huge moment. AJ Styles held the title for a second time, which was the best run he had as a champion because of the storyline was based on AJ losing the company. Impact told the story perfect because it led to Magnus stepping up as the company guy. Do you agree with our list? Who would you add? Let us know in the comments below. Once again, I'm KB the Mark, signing off. Until the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.